Ladies and gentlemen, for 4 long days, the US military refused to give up. Ships searched the sea, helicopters flew overhead, aircraft scanned thousands of square miles. Every passing hour brought one hope. Maybe, just maybe, the missing sailor was still alive. Maybe there would be a miracle. But sadly, that miracle never came. The US Navy has officially ended its massive search and rescue operation for a sailor who went missing after an MH-60S Seahawk helicopter made an emergency water landing in the Arabian Sea. The search lasted for nearly 102 hours, covering more than 14,000 square miles with the help of guided missile destroyer, carrier-based aircraft, and the US Air Force assets. In fact, 3 crew members were rescued safely, but despite the massive operation, the 4th sailor is not to be found anywhere. Officials later announced that there was no indication of hostile activity linked to the whole incident. Now, think about the scale of this operation here. More than 14,000 square miles. That is a lot of area of the open ocean here. Searching for one person in such conditions, it is trying to find a single needle in an endless sea. Yet, the US Navy continued the operation for more than 4 days, and that's a lot. Warships remained deployed, aircraft kept on flying, rescue teams refused to stop hoping. Because in every military rescue mission, there is one belief that keeps everybody going. As long as the search continues, there is still a little hope. Unfortunately, nature is often far more powerful than even the world's most advanced military. Well, the Arabian Sea. It is known for unpredictable weather, strong currents, and vast open waters. Even the smallest delay, it can make the whole rescue mission incredibly difficult here. Officials have now clarified that there is no evidence suggesting that Iran was behind it or any hostile fire caused the helicopter's emergency landing. And that is an important detail because whenever military aircrafts are involved in incidents this sensitive, speculation spread quickly. But according to the US Navy, this was not an attack, it was an accident. Still, for the missing sailor's family, those distinctions offer little comfort here. Well, for them, the mission ended not with celebration but with unanswered questions and unimaginable grief. Now, this whole incident, it is also a reminder that military service comes with risks that most of the people never see. In fact, behind every uniform, there is a family waiting at home, and sometimes, even during the peacetime, service members make the ultimate sacrifice. And yes, while America mourns one military tragedy, another country is showcasing its growing military power. Every year, millions of Americans celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks. Families gather in parks. Children look up at the sky. Cities compete to put on the biggest fireworks display. But, ladies and gentlemen, this particular year, one celebration almost turned into disaster. Can you imagine sitting inside a passenger plane? Your flight is about to land. Everyone is preparing to get off the aircraft, and suddenly a loud bang shakes the entire plane. For a few terrifying moments, nobody knows exactly what happened. And that is exactly what passengers on the Delta Airlines flight experienced while approaching Chicago Midway International Airport. According to the reports, the aircraft carrying 52 passengers and 6 crew members was just about 200 feet above the ground when the pilot radioed air traffic controllers saying that the plane had been hit by what appeared to be a firework. Well, air traffic controllers had already received reports that fireworks were being launched near the airport. Fortunately, the aircraft landed very much safely, nobody was injured, and later, inspections found a minor paint damage. But you know what? The Federal Aviation Administration has now launched an investigation into the whole incident. Now think about what frightening those few seconds must have been when a pilot hears a loud explosion during landing. The first question is quite obvious. Is it a bird strike? Well, an engine problem or something much more dangerous? Thankfully, it turned out not to be a major accident, but the whole incident has once again raised serious question about fireworks being used close to the airport. Well, aircrafts are at their most vulnerable during takeoff and landing. Pilots are fully focused on safely bringing hundreds of tons of aircraft to the runway. Even a small distraction or maybe an unexpected object, it can create unnecessary risk for the passengers. And that is exactly why airports around the globe have strict rule about fireworks, drones, and laser lights operating nearby. Well, officials are now trying to determine exactly where the firework came from and whether any safety rule were violated or not. Thankfully, the story ended with everybody reaching home safely, but it also serves as a reminder that celebrations should never compromise public safety, because one careless act, it can put dozens of innocent lives at risk.